We talked in the video Saturn in Aquarius that also supranational organizations such as the United Nations and some other will change, maybe some will even collapse, and new supranational organization will be created. And we see that in the East and also some new attempts in the West. And also we see that not globalists have global politics, but also China and Russia are also creating some sort of a global politic because associations are necessary in today's time. Well, Saturn in Aquarius in the year 2021 will be direct until June the 5th. And something similar happened in the year 2021. It was direct until May 23rd, I guess, and then after that time, the restrictions of human freedoms were lessened, So when Saturn stopped in many countries of the world, these insane restrictions of people slowly eased. And soon after that, actually, while Saturn was retrograde, the first meeting of Russian and American president happened. I guess that was the first attempt at an agreement. However, based on the events that followed, we see that there is no agreement or something is happening with the agreement. And it is possible that will follow the new phase. And I guess it will be when the Saturn will be again retrograde in June 2021 or maybe later in the year. Namely, while Saturn is direct, which is until June, new things are coming. New events are coming. And only when Saturn stops, people integrate that what happened and they make decisions or they make agreements. It's usually like that. Unfortunately, I think that pressure on people will grow and it will stop. Maybe we will see later, approximately from April to June. Of course, they will not stop just like that. They're having great fun with us, so something has to happen in order to stop this pressure with this and other things. I can speak about that. So only the retrograde Saturn means stopping and integrating that what was previous. Now people are talking about New Yalta agreement between two big powers, the first one after the Second World War. And even though they are preparing now that for January 2021, I think that it maybe will be more chances to organize that and to clear the decisions in summer 2021 or maybe at the end of the year. But we will see, we can interpret those events in a different ways, with the different transits. Now we are also entering the year with the one of the last square of Saturn and Uranus, and that's why we feel so big pressure now. But the very last square between Saturn and Uranus will happen in October 2022, and actually that's the end of this anarchy that is created by our gangster governments and that are completely against us as people. But this is not the end of everything. Let me just mention shortly this far future, not that far. We said that main end actually will be with Uranus making the conjunction with the star Algol. This is the Gorgon Medusa head. And that will happen in 2024. But in my December video, I spoke about that, or November video for 2021. I spoke about that because in November 19, there was the eclipse on the Algol star. And that actually means that from November 2021 until the 2024, when the conjunction of Uranus will happen with Algol, things are now happening progressively. Something is preparing for that big culmination. That's the peak point, 2024. This conjunction of Uranus and Algol is a special topic. It happened in the year 1942, in the middle of the Second World War. So now something will repeat. And now in this time when we live, things are repeating that were happening in 1771 and later in the end of the 18th century. Also, things are repeating from the 90s of the 20th century. So we have like at least three big circles that are now repeating. That's why our time is so complex. But let's say a few more words about Saturn in Aquarius. It restricts human rights and human freedom. But at the same time, this very, very cruel teacher teaches us that we need to understand what is happening as individuals. And every individual has to change himself in order to create later this healthy collective. And it's interesting that now, of course, we are divided in two groups. Why? Because those who want to rule the world, they always do the same thing. Their idea of ruling is divide and rule. So if we want to save our life on this planet and get out of all of this as a collective, we must certainly understand that we ordinary people are not our own enemies, but we have a common enemy who is trying to destroy us, and it is doing that with the help of transhumanist ideology and modern technologies, with the idea to make of us bio-robots.